Dear love, it's good to see you again. I didn't expect to find you here, but I'm glad that I did. So, now that we're more than classmates, I hope you enjoyed last time. I tried really hard to show you a side of myself that I don't often talk about. Today I was hoping to show you more of the same. If not here, then at some place more fitting. I know, it wasn't planned, so my composure is not all there. But if you'd humor me, I do have quite the plan. The Iida household is going to be holding a meeting soon, though it's much less a meeting and more a family reunion, where people who are close to the family and immediate family members all meet up and, well, we eat lots of good food and do what families do. We sing karaoke together. It's quite telling, I must say. Some can sing and others can't, but I appreciate that they try. That's what really matters. So, what about you? I thought maybe you'd want to go with me, and you don't have to feel obliged. It's just, I kind of want you to meet my family. It's not that easy to say it, but, well, I can't deny it. So I must formally ask you and invite you as I would any other guest. Would you accept my invitation to the Iida estate tonight for a party? Why, that's wonderful. I was sure you were too busy for this. You always seem to be doing something, and it's quite admirable how busy you keep yourself, but the fact that you're going to be there, it's stunning. Glorious. I don't have words, but I will make sure that I do not disgrace the Iida name. Now, if you'll excuse me, my love, well, actually, I think I'll wait for that. I was thinking of going to prepare, but it would be uncouth of me not to take care of you as well. Would you like to accompany me on my errand? I just need to stop at the fish market to get some fatty tuna for the sushi. We have our own family. Excuse me, I meant to say sushi chef. I'm sorry that you had to see something so disgraceful. I sometimes trip on my words, especially with you. Admittedly, I'm a little shaken. After last time, I enjoyed myself, yes, but I've never been this close to someone, and I always thought duty would take over my life, not something like you, with all due respect, of course. I very much like you, and I thought it would be more fun with your company. I think that way about a lot of things. There's not much that I wouldn't like your company for. And especially with the problems that have been happening lately, it makes me feel a little bit at ease to have you by my side. That I can protect you if anything goes wrong. I suppose it was after all that, the injury and everything, I just want you to be okay. After what happened to my brother, it shook me up, and I realized that I never want to have anyone I care about in that situation ever again. It's quite terrifying, thinking that there are people out there willing to hurt other human beings to the extent that they do, to hunt them like animals. And I never want to see that happen to you. You are very important to me. And I hope you feel important too, If I've done a bad job, you have my word, as one of the proud Iidas, that I will never... I'll do something to make it up to you, until you see fit. No, that's not right. I apologize, my love. I was a little bit flustered because, well, it's a bad habit of mine. If I do something wrong, I've always been, in such a way, critical of my mistakes. It's not that there was any reason to be anymore. It's just difficult for me to approach certain emotions and to understand them. But I'm trying my best. So I hope it shows to you. And besides that, recently, with what happened, it's been tragic for me. Seeing a friend of mine suffer. It's really none of the business of this, but I hope you can sympathize with at least why I'm a bit apprehensive to leave you on your way. As well as my feelings, of course. I know that you feel the same, but that doesn't mean... Well, I trust you, I do. I just don't trust the world outside, so... Would it be terrible of me to ask if, for the rest of the day, you'd spend it with me? That's a fine answer, and one befitting of my love. And there is an action that I must return to you because I felt the need to. So choose to respond how you wish. If it is unwanted, you just need to say so. So go right ahead. Well, that is a big relief. I thought for a moment that my advances were perhaps too forward. I like to do things formally, but I realize we're no longer in that kind of a time, and it's important to collect yourself and carry yourself among the times and to be a part of society, you understand, and... Oh, I suppose I did talk too much. You did well, love. It's all right now. I am a little bit more calm, I think. But I wanted you to know that I will make sure you don't regret this meeting. Look, we're already at the fish market. Is there anything you'd like? I would be more than happy to get you something. It's well within the budget to get extra. The Iida family is not for show. We've been a prolific family, among the hero families for decades. And I think you'll appreciate the hospitality once we've made it home. Is there a fish that you like, or perhaps a vegetable? Vegetable. I apologize, my words. I may still be a bit shaken up, my love. But the offer still stands. Is there anything you'd like me to pick up? Perhaps a drink you like, or Oh, I've got it. Follow me, love. If you can't decide on something, I shall. Yes, we would like the order of the fatty tuna for the Iida family. Also, I would like to pick up a red snapper. The entire fish, thank you. Oh, trust me on this. But that's not the only thing. We have one more stop to go to before we go to the Iida estate. Follow me if you could. Wonderful. Here we are. This is a place that I always thought about taking you since we've met, but I only just worked up the courage since it was nearby. If you don't mind, I'd like to get you a stuffed animal from here. Though they have sweets and stuff as well, so it doesn't have to be that. I just thought maybe you could get a stuffed animal and it would remind you of our time spent today. Because we have still quite a lot of time before the party starts, and, well, I'm probably explaining pointless things to you. You understand what it is, so why don't you go ahead and pick one? It's within the budget, I assure you. That one? It's a duck. Is there a reason you're choosing the duck? Why, yes. It does look quite respectable. I always thought ducks were adorable, too. So, well, I'm glad you chose it. It makes it more special. I was thinking of choosing one for you, but I don't know the first thing about stuffed animals since I was a kid. And that's no offense to stuffed animals or those who like them. I kind of missed out on that for the better part of my life. So I ask you, dear love, is this the one that you choose? Are you sure you don't want to look at the others? Very well. Excuse me, clerk, we'd like this one. Thank you kindly. So, now that we've gotten the extra things out of the way, would you like to drop these things off and maybe I could show you around my house? It's quite a lively place. My family is always taking good care of it, and the butlers and maids are quite nice as well. I realize it's probably not something you'd think would be in a house in these days and this age, but we have a lot of traditional beliefs, and some of them are butlers and maids, and I do apologize. It may come across as they're haughty, or maybe that you think I'm some kind of spoiled rich kid, but I assure you I'm anything but. I work very hard to make sure I don't disgrace the name. The only reason my family is as fortunate as they are is because of hard work. That has never changed throughout all the generations of the Iida family. And I will stand by that and show you through my actions that you can trust me. And well, I want you to have fun. Something that often gets overlooked when duty is in the picture of things. No, not like that. Not that kind of duty. I'm sorry. Let's get a move on, shall we? Wait, stop. There's something wrong. I can tell. It's too quiet and all the citizens are gone. Something does not bode well. I'm not entirely sure. There's an air about this area. I wonder what it could be. It might just be me. But do you feel like we're being watched? This is strange. It doesn't appear that there's anyone in distance, but something is wrong. Here, hop on my back. I'm gonna try and run us out of here very quickly. I don't want to stick around and see what happens. Do you got a good grip? Okay. Then let's do this. There seems to be some kind of force stopping me. I don't understand, but it's difficult to move, like walking through putty. I'm not sure what's going on. Let us try and go the other way. It's difficult. I apologize, dear classmate. There is much to be done before we can get out of this. Luckily, there's no sign of anyone here.
No sign of anyone, you say?
Who's that? Where are you? Please be careful. We don't know where he is.
Where am I? Where am I not? That's the question, dear Iida. Or should I call you by your full name? Tenya Iida.
I don't like this. Do you see him? I can't so much as sense where he's coming from. But this seems dangerous. I don't think I can escape whatever he's done. His quirk must be something that imprisons us. Or maybe it's something psychological. Or perhaps...
Oh, you do have such wily guesses, don't you? You like to run. Then why don't you run from my pets?
What are those? We need to get out of here. It's... Dang. Hold on. I'm going to try something. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, I'm going to need your help. Because we're going to be sitting... Hold on tight. We're going to go much faster. Do not lose grip. Are you hanging on? I'm gonna go top speed for just a moment. Please hang on, my love. Pardon me. I need just a moment. My legs just need a chance to recover. I think we lost him. Whatever that was. It was strange. Perhaps some kind of assassin trying to end the Iida lineage. Or at least put me out of commission like my brother was. I had no idea the villain's reach was so close to home. And here I was thinking bringing you with me would limit their influence, would draw the danger to myself, not you. But sadly, I have let you down. I apologize, my love. I put you in danger needlessly. And I will make up for it, however I can, however you see fit. What? You just want one of those? Then that's okay, I suppose. If you don't mind. There, was that acceptable? I'm glad. So, shall we be going? This way. We're almost home now. Here we are, at the gate. No, in fact, there is no doorman. We use a DNA scanner like this. So I just put my hand here. I take you seriously, and I can't really get enough of you, so right this way. I must compose myself, or I will disgrace the Iida family. But when I look in your eyes, I get a little bit flustered, so pardon me. You have beautiful eyes, and it makes me, frankly, want to hug you and give you cuddles like you're a small pup. But you're a person, and that would be disrespectful, so I kind of feel conflicted. Please, pardon me. This is the foyer, and as you can see over there, my mother, the one who's waving, and my father, the one who's looking at you with that scary look. I do apologize for it. He has a scary look, but I assure you, he just wants us to be respectful, and he sees me right now, and it probably makes him think that I'm being unreliable as an Iida family member, and he's probably going to talk to me about this later, but please don't worry about that. For now, you are our guest. So follow me. There's something I wanted to show you. It may come as a surprise to you, but my hobbies might not all be what they seem, as you'll see once we enter the room. One of my favorite hobbies is writing. I hope to write a novel someday. It's in the works, and I've made numerous stories, so many that I've lost count. I keep them all neatly organized in my closet. It's a series of filing cabinets, and I have them alphabetized and numerically ordered. It's just one of the things that I like, neat and organized. It keeps things much easier to deal with, and I might be talking a bit too much on the subject, but I think you'll find my room pleasant. I also have a very particular view on cleanliness. It's that I can't stand having a dirty room. I clean it periodically through the week. I like to clean 3 times a week and make sure that I vacuum 5 times. It's just a way of me making sure, no matter what happens, my room is sparkling clean and something I can be proud of. Everything I do, I try and make sure that I have pride in it. It's why that something about time with you that it makes me want to do my best, but it also makes my heart beat out of my chest, so I'm still trying with that. I hope you understand. I really do adore you, and I've meant every word. I just don't know how to turn off the flustered part of me. Here, have a seat on my bed. It's very comfortable, and it's kind of a funny one. I've had this one for many years. See how it's in the shape of a race car? This is actually one of my favorite. It was the actual chassis of one of my favorite racers' retired cars. And, well, I feel like it gives me encouragement. That I have courage to become the best I can and someday outrun even the fastest vehicle. That's my goal. I know it might be a lofty one, but I very much enjoy going fast. You know, as that one character says, you gotta go fast, and that you keep going faster until, well, I don't know, I don't really watch the series, but it's very popular these days. So I hope you understand that, well, I'm trying to not bore you. Sorry if it's a bit average, my room. I take my studies and my hero work so seriously. So many days I barely even spend much time here, only to sleep. And, well, to read and write. But other than that, it's just a collection of my memorabilia and some trophies I've won throughout the years. This one here was actually in, well, you might not expect it, but another one of my hobbies is volleyball. I like racing and I like lots of different sports, but volleyball is one that I was quite good at growing up. Perhaps it's due to my quirk, but it was the speed at which you have to react to everything. The prediction, it reminded me of chess. I very much enjoy chess as well. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent, but I hope you've enjoyed the tour of my room so far. It's something that I really wanted to show you. And there's one last thing. I wanted to give you this. It's something that I made while thinking about you. It's nothing really that special, but it's a poem I made for you. Please allow me to read. Through the days and night, my heart sought you. I made the effort and saw it through. And in my eyes, you made me smile. Well, being near me all the while. A day with you is a day well spent. A day to remember, with nothing to repent. I love you so, my dearest sweet. Won't you join me? Today, tomorrow, and for all the days that may come. I cannot think of life without you, now that I've known what it's like to be in your presence. I simply want for you to have joy and to have a heart filled with memory, not all composed, that I might hold you close and steal those lips that yet you have sown, that I might give you the best of what is my own. I apologize if it was informal. It kind of lost its touch there for a while, so I... Oh. Did you like it that much? Then I'm overjoyed. Hey, what are you doing? Are you all right? You look as though you have a fever. Suddenly pushing me over like that. You scared me, and then the kiss. Are you all right? I'm not entirely sure of your intention, but I don't know what to say. I enjoy your company profusely, and you've made me feel something very intense, and I'm sorry if it brushed up against you. I didn't mean to. What do you mean it's okay? We have to... You really like kissing me, don't you? And you've pushed me over, and feeling your weight above me, I'll admit it's comforting. Is it that you want me to take care of you? I've never taken care of someone before. Of course. I've never done anything like... Give me just a moment. A man should not hesitate. So I understand. I will be brave and... You doing that so... I have no time to compose myself. Where's your hand? I suppose, as a man of the Tenya household, I have my pride to uphold, and, well, I will do my best. Don't tell me you're experienced in making fun of me. No? Well then, that's good. You're touching me like that. No. That's not. It's addictive. Just like when I look at you. Your touch. I can't let you have all the fun. It's my turn. You're surprisingly light. No. It's just that you're so adorable, and I cannot resist, nor can I accept this as my defeat. So I must show you what I can do. Well, I suppose we should be cautious of someone who might hear you. Or even me. I think we'll be okay as long as nobody... brother, there's no one here. The guest had to use the restroom, so I'll introduce you to my esteemed guest after. Yes, there's nothing to worry about. Thank you for your concern, brother. So I see that you couldn't hold back, could you? Even though my brother was right there, you just went under the sheets like that. And no, I don't think he noticed. And besides, well, please forgive me. I want you. And I don't know how else to express it other than, like, it seems you've beat me to the punch, haven't you? My love, it's truly fortunate that Perhaps you're right. I talk too much, don't I? I guess silencing with your sweet lips is not a bad way to solve it. You're moving too much. I won't be able to. My love, you are rather passionate. I think that's very admirable, and I am glad it was with you. I hope that I wasn't too, never mind. I think I've talked a bit too much about apologies and making up for things that I shouldn't focus on. So instead, I'll learn from this and give you more than you could wish for. And your voice and hearing everything, it stirred up a fire in my heart that I could never hope to share with anyone else. So I hope you understand. I love you, and I want to be able to call you my baby, like others do. And I want you to have a special name. So, what should it be? That's the question. I can't just be calling you my classmate, or anything of the sort. We need to call you something extra special. My future. No. My little star. I like it, but I don't really know why. But I think I'll call you that, till we find a better one. So, my little star, won't you shine with a bright smile for me? That means a lot to me. I'm very glad that we bonded. It's uncouth, and maybe it's a bit inordinate or out of place bonding, but I don't regret it, and I never will. So won't you have eyes only for me? Because I promise you, there is not a woman or man in this world that could capture my heart like you did. You are truly befitting of someone so special to me. And on another note, would you like to maybe go to the washroom before we... Well, it's quite all right. I only made a suggestion, and if that is the case, then we shall be off. You can trust me that I've thought about this. The reunion with my family is not what I'm excited about. It's showing you my family, more of myself. I had a lot of problems with that growing up, thinking that we were too distant or too different from each other. The other people that I considered my friends, they often got intimidated or they just didn't feel at home. I felt so bad about it. There is nothing worse than making someone dear to you feel less at home or estranged near your family or various things like that. You wouldn't happen to like this hallway, would you? It's rather a timeline of all the Tenyas. Here you can see my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He was the first Tenya of our line. The lineage is something my entire family is proud of. And I hope to someday be on this wall with pride, with you there with me. It matters not, lineage, as much as it does what it stands for. I want someone with me who stands by the idea of family. That's one thing I think my family, the Iidas, have done very well, is that we all feel like family. No money, no fame ever got in the way of that. Just like I will never let it get in the way of us, either. So, my love, would you consider being, well, for me to take responsibility for what happened in that room? Yes, perhaps it's a bit upfront. I won't deny it, but it's something that I have no doubts on, so I see no reason to postpone. My little star, would you take my hand and marry me? I completely understand if it's too soon, but I have no doubts about you, so whenever the time is, I will gladly accept. Are you sure, my little star? It's okay for you to be apprehensive. If you think in any way you have doubts, it's all right. I don't slight that. It's okay. Are you certain? Then I will take this as a solemn vow to treat you with the most dignity, respect, and love that my household, and more than that, what I stand for as a person. I can't always be formal, and not with you, of all people. I want to see you and have times where we just enjoy a life without lineage or any of those things. While they make me proud, you make me prouder. So thank you. You have done what no one else in this world could ever do. You've made my first love my last love. Because no matter what happens between us, my heart will be yours. From now until forever, I will fight for you as a hero and maybe even as a husband. No, absolutely. As your future husband, I need to make sure that I set a good example, and that if we decide to start a family someday or those things, I need to be respectable in that right. Not to mention well, I'm rambling again, but you completely understand, I'm sure. So it might not seem like much, but I have this. It's something very dear to me that was given to me by a relative who passed away. In their most crucial moments in time, when I had to say goodbye, they left this in my hand and told me to Use it for good. Use it for something that will make someone smile someday. That person was my grandmother. She sadly passed away just last year. While it still wounds me, I stand by her memory, by her creed even now. So, my little star, would you accept this ring, near and dear to my heart? Will you be my fiancée and allow me the glory of sharing it with the entire Tenya lineage? This glorious, wonderful, happy day that the news will spread like wildfire. Is that all right? As long as you don't mind, I would be honored to share in this life with you. Pardon me, love, I'm not laughing at you. It's simply that look on your face, with just a hint of blush, it warms my heart so much that I had to laugh. I'm very honest with how I feel, and perhaps that was an odd reaction. I apologize, but it was from my heart. Every last bit of it. I hope it's not offensive in some way, because that would be terrible, and, excuse me. I will make up for it. You can have this diary, and laugh at the silly things I wrote in it as a kid. Wait, you're not mad, but you're accepting the diary? Hold on, I think that goes against the deal. Oh, all right. Just be sure not to laugh too much. I had a very detailed description of things back in elementary school, and I was still learning how people work, and oh no, I think I've made a blunder. You'll surely be laughing at me for some time, but you'll have to postpone that, because it's time we head to the main corridor. The party is about to start. Hello, this is my little star and my, fiancé. Go ahead, you can introduce yourself if you'd like. Otherwise, no. Allow me. It can be stressful if you did it all your own, so I shall do it for you. This is my little star, my fiancé, and the love of my life. Yes, also an attendee of UA. It's been quite a wild ride, and I hope you can understand. It's something near and dear to my heart. Thank you. I'm glad that we have your blessing. And, we must be off and see the rest of the party. In fact, we still haven't met my parents. Are you doing okay, my little star? It's okay. If you get too anxious, just tug on my shoulder and I'll take you. We can go anywhere you like. I want to show you the gardens in the middle of the estate. It'll be fun, I promise. Hello, dear family members. I have an announcement today that is very impactful to the future of the Iida name, as well as to my heart. This person here, this lovely, lovely little star, is my fiancé, and I just wanted to announce that formally, that we are engaged, and that was all. Pardon my interruption of the party. Now, shall we enjoy a toast to family and love? Somehow I knew that one would work. It's all right, little star. I'll take care of you. And they understand. They may be intimidating now, but they approve of you, I'm sure. And, well, they don't know you too well. You're from UA. You have instant credibility. They're probably very happy that we both went to the hero course. And besides that, well, since we freshly just graduated, it's a bit strange, but the fact that we both did graduate, that's what really matters. And, well, we're adults now, so we have to think about these things. There's only so much time in the world, but of that time, I'd love to share it with you. Won't you try? The signature Iida sushi. It's quite spicy, some of it, while others are more tame. It's your choice, really. This side over here, it's the spicy ones. And, the side over here is more mild, and some are even sweet. It really depends on what type you like, and if you don't like sushi, we have other options. So, just be patient. There's much food to go around, and specialty drinks as well. We brew our own cider. It's from the apple orchard in the back. It's from apples that are said to be the only of their kind in Japan. They're extremely tasty, and they're purple. Though we're not sure why they have that purple hue to them. Their flavor is wonderful. So I think you'll agree. It's a delicacy you can only enjoy inside the Iida household. Some say it brings our guests back, but you're no longer a guest. You're welcome here as much as me, because you're family now. You have a place with so many people who will make you feel at home. I know they will. They would never dream of betraying someone who I trust, because they trust me. It's something that has always been a pride of my family. And I know I talk about it perhaps too much, but I want you to know I don't mean this in any prideful manner, only that I'm thankful that they are this way. So many of them get caught up in the money and fame of life. It's just refreshing is all. That meal, it's truly my favorite. If I had to pin it, it's simply irresistible. I can't get enough. And well, I'm very glad to be sharing it with you. Yes, as you guessed it, my favorite might be the fatty tuna, but it's hard to say. Sometimes my favorites change. But for the most part, I've had a very standardized way of looking at it. So I like that you kind of stir things up. You take me out of my comfort zone, which I thought was a bad thing until I properly got to know you. Then I realized I'm too uptight sometimes, and I want to learn to be less of a robot, less of somebody who is a stickler to every rule in life. Sure, I believe the rules are there for a very important reason, and I stand by them for the most part. But since I've met you, I'd consider breaking them from time to time. You're worth that. And you're worth so much more to me. Oh, excuse me, dear family. Me and my fiancée must go because I must show her the gardens. If anyone needs us, we'll be back in a moment, so do not worry. Was it too much for you, my little star? It's difficult with being around a bunch of strangers, I know. I sometimes have trouble myself, even though it's such a commonplace occurrence being that I'm from the Iida family. We have dealings with other predominant families as well as businesses, so it is something that I'm used to, but at the same time, I never get used to it. It's like knowing someone, being friends, but also being intimidated by their skill. It's kind of a competitive spirit. And well, It's something that you'll grow in time. I think it's not a bad thing to spend time with just you. In fact, I prefer it that way, my little star. You're so incredible in my eyes that I'm speechless at times that I shouldn't be. Would you look at that? Before I even thought about it, we've made it to the garden. Time really does pass too quickly when you have so much fun. It just... I wish it was the other way around. I wish when I was doing paperwork, it felt like time sped by. Well, time with you, I wish, was hanging on every minute. It's too easy. Too easy to let it slip by. But I will not make that mistake. I will cherish our time. And I even have some dates planned. Things that, well, some simple, some complicated. I think you'll very much enjoy it. Even this was something I thought of on the spot, but I think it's a good one. Having time with you alone. And this garden. It's as beautiful as you, nearly. I cannot get enough of looking at you and this serene environment. It makes me feel as though the entire world is singing to our tune. It's refreshing. It's simply the best. I can breathe easy, knowing that I have you in my arms. And to taste those lips of yours, I adore you. You're simply everything to me. But there is simply one thing I must tell you as well. The Iida family is not all good. There are some skeletons in our closet, so to speak. And one of them is my sister. She got cast out of the family and, well, we haven't heard from her since. To be honest, she isn't necessarily a bad person, but she fiercely disagrees with the society that we live in. And I was wondering if you'd be interested in helping me in my search for her. Not only because of your quirk, and because you are an accomplished hero, but because, to be honest, it haunts me to this day. My little sister, who I couldn't protect. Part of me, to this day, thinks it's wrong of me to have such happiness with you when I've failed. I understand if you think it's something of the past, and it honestly is, but it eats me up inside. That my family just continued on. It was the one thing about rules I never understood. Why did it happen? And why? Who can cast away a family member when they're at their lowest? It was something that me and my father have always argued about. He always mentions it was her choice, her decision. But part of me thinks it was his pride. Many times we've gone back and forth, trying to understand it. And I don't know where she went or what happened to her. She didn't trust me. She thought I favored Father's opinion because I like to get both sides, but it's painful, really. Whenever you think life can be too happy, it sneaks something in, something devastating. She was so happy as a child, She was the model little sister, and I loved her with all my heart, and I still do. But I seem to be the only one. And well, she looked up to me, but that time, she must have felt so betrayed, so stabbed in the back, that we must have looked like a family of villains. Bear with me, as this is not something I'd ever ask lightly. But would you help me find out what happened to her? It's okay. If you do not want to, I completely understand. It's such a burden to bring upon you. I was never one for baggage, but... Oh. Thank you, my little star. To think you would show such compassion to me. It moves my heart, and it makes me want to show you so much more. But I think I can only start with this. You are my everything, little star. My fiancée, and the one I want to spend my life with. So while trials and tribulations no doubt exist, let us face life proudly and face our demons with courage to match. I love you. I love you more than I ever knew I could. Please, my love, won't you give me just one more kiss? It eases the pain, the difficulties of life. I just lose them in your gaze, in your touch.